All right, I'd like to thank you guys for watching and coming to my channel, supporting me, and watching our next demonstration on the Achedaway vacuum cupping therapy treatment for all of your clients. So this demonstration is going to be on one cup, but we're going to use 2 cups when we do the actual motions. But for right now, we're just going to focus on this cup right here. You're going to have a closer view in just a moment. But for the body, before we add on lotions and creams and all that good stuff, just let your client know what's about to happen. And make sure that they don't have any medical conditions, or like I'm suffering from a migraine right now, or my tooth is hurting, my wisdom teeth might need to be pulled, or you're going through a pregnancy. Doesn't matter what trimester, just make sure they have doctor approval. Or they have a rash on their back, or they just went surfing, maybe got a suntan, they went to a theme park, Disneyland or Disney World or whatever it is, and they're burning. That might not be a good look to use suction cups or any type of treatment. And just be careful of what your client is going through. Okay, so since we have all that done and our client is wonderful, she's perfect, she's ready for the cups. So the cup from Achedaway, on the top right here, you're gonna have these 3 main buttons, and we're gonna go over this in detail at a closer view, but right now we're just gonna warm up the machine. But let me give you a quick overview. So the first button, it'll have a meter, just like a power meter. If you're playing video games, you got your power level, you get kicked in the face, the power level goes down, same thing here. And the mode controls the power level. So if you want it first suction, third, all the way, or whatever it is, press the mode button. The power is right here in the middle. Just hold it for 1.5 second pause. It'll come right on and you're good to go. The middle button is your light therapy. Red light therapy for athletes, people who are in shape, not always athletes, just anybody who needs to heal properly, who has stagnated blood or any type of injuries. We want to promote wound healing, which is wonderful for any type of injury someone has sustained. Red light therapy, and you're going to see it in just a minute. The third option over here is the actual suction cup pressure in different types of levels of pressure. So if you want it light, medium, heavy, super heavy, insane, whatever you want to have it on, you're just going to press that button. So let's go. We turn it on, 1 second hold. It starts to suck by itself. So make sure when you plug it to the body that it starts to suction the skin. What you did. And it knows when to release. It knows when it's too much or too less. This is your first mode. And we ask our client, how's she doing? Doing okay?
Yeah.
All right. So this is a dry cupping method. You don't have to have lotion and cream. We're about to go to that next. But I'm just showing you it will still suck even if it's dry. So that's one mode. Let's go to another mode. Much slower suction, but then it releases. Let's go to another mode. This one holds for a couple seconds and then releases. Holds and then releases. So then we got one more mode. It's 5 modes altogether. This one is like a permanent hold almost, but it does release from time to time. So it'll suck up, hold. Suck up again, hold, and suck up again. So it's a gradual apex. It keeps on going up, but then it does release air. So to release the air, you can always do the old school way. Grab the cup, move to the side a little bit, put your finger where the suction is, and you can break the skin. That's the old school way. But you don't have to do that. You can actually put the cup on the body, let it suck up the skin, and you can actually just press the power button. There we go. So you gotta hold that button, that power button, and it releases. All right, and I forgot to mention earlier, this small tether, as you will, because it tethers the machine to your keychain or your wrist chain to where you don't drop it on the floor. So say you put the cup here, grab the actual connection. So in here, you just press the button up top. So right here is a little button, press it, and it snaps in, so it doesn't come off. And so from here, you can actually have it around your hand, you can wrap it around again, and then so if the cup falls or something like that, it falls off, you still have it. Okay? So there's many ways to hold your cup and to have control over your cups, because if you are using the old school cups, the fire cups, oh yeah, if one loses suction and just drops all of them to the ground, sometimes you only really need to use one cup to do the whole body, which we're about to show you right now. So you need some sort of protection. If it does fall off, you still have, you know, control over your cups, okay? But you don't have to have it on here. It's just a safety feature, that's all. Or you can have the safety feature applied to their hand or around their neck, whatever you want to do. Let's just say you leave the room for a moment so it doesn't startle them and then scare the shit out of you, because yes, glass cups do fall off, and if you're asleep, oh yes, it could be crazy waking up from that type of nightmare, especially if you have hardwood floors such as this. The sound from that dropping, yes, it's jarring. So now that you've known that and we can take this off, let's go ahead and add lotion to the body and see how it performs. You can use whichever cream that you choose to use. Make sure it's a massage cream, something that glides and is healthy for the skin, because when you're pulling up the skin, it's opening up those pores. Like I said, you're gonna see a very, very close view of the pores. Like, wow, it really does open it up. So if you use baby oil or something else or other, that might be a little sticky or itchy afterwards. So make sure you use a brand that's actually gonna slide and glip. But if you have to use baby oil or whatever, hey, use what you have to use to make the client feel comfortable, okay? So what I use is pretty much my own warming CBD massage oil. It's not going to hurt the skin. It's beneficial for the skin. It has a lot of vitamin E oils mixed into it, argan oil, grapeseed oil. We're gonna put it on the body. So take your torch. You only need a little bit. So it's nice and warm, so we're gonna apply it to the body. Just let your client know it's gonna be a little warm, and it's coming. Turn it on. 1 second hold. Now you can move the cup. I do a little circle just to make sure there's slippage or it can glide. Go to another mode. Glide the cup. All right, so as you guys can see, this is the up close and personal view of the Achedaway. So the Achedaway massage cupping therapy with the light therapy, it's good if you want to use suction for somebody's back who has a tough back, somebody who has an actual, their skin doesn't move, or they're really, really muscle bound or just stuck, then I would say this is perfect. But if you have somebody who already has wonderfully movable skin where it's supposed to move the way skin is supposed to move, then it may be too much for them. As you can see, we did a couple strokes, a couple of passes, and it leaves bruising, which is normal in cupping therapy. It's super normal, but it pretty much left bruising very, very, very early. Normally cupping takes about 10-15 minutes for the cups to be on the body, and then it leaves bruising. But this was like kind of like within 5 or 10 seconds, like really, 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 really fast. But it does do its job. I would only recommend this for somebody who is actually training, who has really, really stagnant blood, or their muscles are super, super tough or rigorous. And you know those type of athletes and people who aren't eating a healthy diet or just have issues moving their body through like stretching. Some athletes can't stretch past, you know, a regular range of motion. So then yes, this cup would be awesome for those type of athletes and clients. So to give you an idea of what's going on, let's start the cup again. So we hit our power button. Power button's right here. The M is for mode. This is for your light therapy, and this is for the different settings or power level. So on. So we turned it on. On the inside, it has a light. Lay it on the body. And it begins to suck the skin up. So at times it could be too much for the client's body. So what you have to do is thumb or finger and release the pressure and let it reset. Again, thumb, reset, or you can take it off the skin. So again, let's just say we want to apply it to a different location down here. Right, and it just sucks the skin right on up in the cup. But again, see how the skin is breaking right here? It could be too much for the client. So again, release. You can always keep your finger there so it doesn't reattach to the body, and you can move to another location. And it sucks up again. But like I said, if the skin is sucking way past the halfway mark, this is a halfway mark, it may be too much. And this is on level 1. So that's why I say if it's somebody who has movable skin like my client here, it may be too much. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in. And it sucks the skin way up in there. So see, that might be too much for some people. And some cups you can move. This one doesn't allow the cup to actually move like a fire cup. So if you try to glide, it just keeps on grabbing skin. And so you gotta go ahead and in there and release.
A little bit, it's not terrible. That's bearable for now.
It's strong. This thing is too powerful. Cannot have it for long. As you guys can see, working on the feet, it's not too bad. It sucks the foot really, really well. Holds and grips it good. Take it off.